You want to know the difference between boys and girls? Keep watching.
I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
And we are back for another installment of After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm joined by my co-host John Romano and the entire Whack Pack. What's going on? Let's add some more whackers. There we go. We got Greg. We got Larry, Arman. Who's got the noise in the background?
What kind of noise?
Sounds like you're outside.
Vacuum cleaner.
Oh, it might be my air conditioner.
Air conditioner.
Oh, yeah. Turn off the noisemaker.
Hold on.
Looks like we have Skeletor.
He's got like one of those air conditioners from like 1950. It's like it probably has like a jet engine fan that's blowing and then blowing the air out the room.
Arman, you all right, buddy? Arman, you okay?
Today.
Dude, your face is gone.
I told everyone you competed this weekend.
We got out.
Yeah, you're less than a week out.
Yeah.
I
You're
knew
like
it
3
last
days
week.
out.
I saw your
What is
face sucked in, but this
Few
week
days.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, something's wrong with the color. I know you don't look like a zombie, but I mean I know you look like a zombie because you're dieting. But I think your camera looks a little like, doesn't it look like he's black and white, something like that?
I think he's just real pale.
He looks like the crypt keeper,
The
dude.
whole room looks like that. It's not just him.
Yeah.
He looks like Skeletor.
He hasn't slept more than 4 hours in the last 3 weeks. Unfortunately.
So, what show are you going for? You going for show?
The Battle of Texas.
You need to drink some coffee or something like that. You're like zombified today.
Yeah, I know. I never
drink
drink coffee. I got a Diet Coke.
All right.
Dude,
So,
your face is seriously sucked in. Like, I never noticed it before, but
well, you got to have a skull head before you get on stage. Otherwise, you know the person's not in shape. Yeah.
No one has that face anymore.
Yeah. The funny thing is, we're feeding him a lot of food. He's eating a lot of carbs and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not on low
how many
carbs.
grams of carbs a day does he diet?
I've always got that when I dieted. That like ever since I was like a teenager.
I've been upping his carbs. He's probably eating about, what are you eating, about 240 today or something like that?
Yeah, I just had one meal today so far, 50 carbs, but
he starts very late, unfortunately, because which I don't understand because he doesn't sleep at night, so I can't figure out why he starts
4 hours, like maybe 4 hours last night.
Oh, you got 4 hours? That's a big day for you.
Crazy kiddo keep waking us up and all that.
Greg, what's going on? Did you get a new camera, Greg? You look very clear today for some reason.
No, same. I'm on the same thing I'm always on.
Maybe you found a new camera at the garage sale or something
I
like
probably
that.
wipe the lens off.
I'm sucking the life out of Arman. Like this. It's coming to mine, so I'm more vibrant. No,
You look very, very colorful today for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh.
You got a little tan,
Maybe I'm
Sounds like shit, but your video looks good though.
But if I'm eating, I get super bloated.
Yeah.
If I'm eating a lot of junk food, I get.
What do you weigh right now, bro? What do you weigh?
Bloated. 223, 224.
Oh.
Is it me or does it look like his right eye's drooping a little bit, Dave?
It is.
Yeah, it does look a little droopy. You have a sty in your right eye or something?
No, I just woke. I mean, just literally, I just woke up.
Oh. Yeah, but just the one eye is a little droopy.
No sty.
You know, see what he does. What I realized since I've been helping him for the last couple of weeks, he's a big he's not necessarily a junk food addict, but he eats a lot of like fruit and stuff like that, and pads his diet. When he diets, he's actually more diligent. He's actually eating more food, more good protein, and so when you put food into his body, his body responds well. He grows, he loses body fat, he's one of these guys that is more disciplined when he's dieting for a show than when he's not dieting for a show, which you can't, which you really can't.
As soon as we got back from Mexico, we started. I sent Sid a video clip 10 minutes ago. He asked for one.
Yeah, because he didn't even know you were competing. Sid's out there with Chris Cito. Cito's flight was canceled. Hopefully he'll be there tomorrow. But
Arman, can you give us a little tricep?
Sid going to be at the show?
Who?
Sid going to be at the show?
Yeah, Sid is emceeing the show because it's they got the pro show out there. Andrew Jack, Freddie, and Sheila always bring him out there for that. And Chris is there because Chris has got Andrew on the show and a couple other competitors. So we have a decent amount of people out there. Plus those guys put on a great show.
I got a pro. I'm helping Steve Fraser. He's 45 years old.
Oh yeah, Steve's doing it.
Yeah. He looks great. Best he's ever looked. Yeah, best he's ever looked. He's just tall. He's 6'2", like really long limbs.
Yeah,
do they have weight classes in your show?
What's that?
Yeah, of course.
They have weight classes in your show.
Of course.
It's weird. They don't have super heavyweight. They just at this show. They just have
heavyweight anyway.
And my guy is competing this weekend in a muscle contest, Southern USA's or something like that, and they have is 187 and a quarter and above is heavyweight. They don't have light heavyweight. They don't have the normal weight classes.
Larry,
yeah,
you're talking about nuts. Well, you know what? It's California. It's California. No one wants to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, but you're going to get a guy 185 next to a guy who's 240. How's that going to
There's
work?
probably 10 people in the whole show. I guarantee it.
In California?
Yeah, because everyone does classic, men's physique, bikini there. There's no bodybuilders who live in California anymore. There's like 2 of them there,
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, though.
Me too.
I heard somebody giving out pro cards for that shit, too. Some guy's going to...
It's a regional show. But, Greg, what do you do if 10 people show up? You're going to have one person in every class?
I mean, don't have a fucking bodybuilding show. Then just run.
But Greg, it's not a bodybuilding show anymore. It's a NPC event, and an NPC event means there's wellness, bikini, figure.
Grow up, give me 2 shits about.
It's hit or miss because people are trying to qualify
all the
for
men are competing.
nationals.
Listen. The classic and the men's physique are where all the men are competing, and in the women's division, it's bikini and wellness. That's where you get all your people.
So you think they're all going from bodybuilding to classic and physique?
Classic, men's physique.
They're doing classic, yeah. There's no bodybuilders left in California.
People are scared to do bodybuilding. They're like, oh, I'm not big enough, and I'm like, they're classic. They can easily win bodybuilding.
That's crazy, man. That is,
John, do whatever they can win. They don't do what their passion is. That's the problem.
What happened to bodybuilding? That's like an oxymoron. There's no bodybuilders in California. Do you know how fucking insane that is?
I know.
It's not even comprehensible to me.
Yeah, California.
That's where bodybuilding started. How can there be no bodybuilders left in California?
Fucking joke. I'm sorry. That's just what they destroyed.
Texas shows up. People show up to compete in bodybuilding. At least they show up.
So, Arman, what class are you? Are you in a heavyweight or super heavyweight?
Yeah, there's only a lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. So I'm like 232 right now. So.
Oh my God, I've never heard. That's insane. Well, even that.
Usually there's a super heavyweight that's over 225 and a quarter, but they don't have that. Some shows they do like the week after they have a Johnny Jackson, and I think they have a super heavyweight class there, which is over 225 and a quarter.
Texas usually has a good bodybuilding turnout though in Texas. I'll give you a good analogy. When I was in college, okay, Franklin and Marshall College, they had like a pre-med program there. So all these guys would be like business majors, government majors, physics majors. I'm like, why are you guys doing all these weird things? Well, we want to be different for our med school application. I'm like, so I was sitting with my guidance counselor there, and I'm like, what should I major in? Should I pick something weird? Like, she's like, well, what do you like? I said, well, I like biology. That's why I'm going to med school. She's like, well, then be a biology major. I'm like, well, yeah, but everyone's telling me it's not good for your resume. She's like, well, you got to learn you got to do what you like. And it's the same thing with body. I think people are afraid to be bodybuilders now because they think, oh, it's too hard. I want to be I'll be a classic guy. I'll do men's physique. Yeah. So, because I won't be able to win. I can tell you how many people come to me. These people, they like, all right, I got to win this show, and then I got to qualify for nationals. I'm like, you've been competing you haven't even competed once yet. You're already worried about going to nationals to get a pro card. I said, this is a multi-year process. Very few people like Phil Heath go and win their pro card the first year they compete. Right. People just don't understand the process. I don't. Yeah, I think
they're giving out pro. I know guys that are pro. The guys that I know personally, and I'm like, you're a fucking pro. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're giving out.
What I'm saying is, people think that if they can't turn pro in the first 6 months of starting a workout regimen and competing, then they probably shouldn't they'll quit after that.
It doesn't mean anymore though, just so they could put it. I'm an IPP pro, on their fucking Instagram. I mean, I don't. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It's not the same.
No, because they think, all right, I'm gonna qualify. I'm gonna get my pro card this year. I'm like, you've been competing for 1 year. I said, what are you gonna do if you turn pro?
Yeah,
I like to compete.
Put it on.
I like when they say I'm going to pick up my pro card.
Yeah,
I mean, what is it? Will call? You got to go grab it. I mean, like, what do you mean I'm going to pick up my pro card? I mean,
but it's fucking.
They get to put in their bio IFBB.
What? But for what though? It's not the same. It's done. Not like John. Not like the shit we go. I mean, you had to win either your class in the nationals. The overall in the USA, then you got the North American shit. Like that was it. Otherwise, but today it's like, get your pro card here. It's on the back of fucking milk cartons and shit.
Well, they still have the men. It depends on what show. It's not easy. The men.
Are they giving out pro cards at your contest? I mean, I don't understand.
No. That's I'd have to do like North Americans or. Anaheim.
Is this the real Sean Allen? Is this the real big Sean Allen?
The real
Arman, based on what I saw at the USA, you could probably go to North Americans and get a pro.
Is that you, Sean Allen, or is that a fake Sean Allen?
The real BSA?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a big dude. That's a big man.
Yeah, I thought he was mad at me for a while. He was bad mouthing me online. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm the only one who actually believed in him. Helped him turn pro.
What was he saying?
I always believed in you.
I don't know. He was just bad. I think he was just trying to get some attention to his social media page or something like that. But
yeah.
So someone gave us a tip. Hold on. Let's see. For all you, why the hell is no Species Nutrition in the UK? It is. Go to predatornutrition.com. They carry Species. Predatornutrition.com in the UK.
Yep.
Thank you for the tip, though. Awesome. Greg, I'll send you 25 cents.
That's in euros. That's in euros. They're worth more.
So 35 cents.
Oh, it's his real name, but now he's not the OG. This is not the real Sean Allen. This is a different Sean Allen. All right.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I mean, like 6'4".
Yeah, he was big.
Big Sean Allen was like 6'4". Yeah, 6'5".
Big guy.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
he should have been in the WWE. Is what he should have been.
Yeah, he had a great personality.
He gave it up. What, like 10 years ago?
This guy, Sean Allen. Sean Allen was caught doing some gay webcam shit at 50 years old.
What? Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was doing some. Yeah. He was into like the gay for pay stuff like that.
He likes the attention, all the attention.
Yeah.
The guys.
So can I just want to ask Arman. Arman, I love you to death. I feel like you're miserable right now. But why do you want to do that? You got
that too, Greg. He looks miserable.
I mean,
everyone's miserable before they compete, Greg.
No, and I don't mean to. I love Arman. I'm saying you have so much going for you. You're a great trainer and everything. You got your social media is kicking. Why do you want to like? Is it? Do you feel like
Why not?
I mean, I understand. I just feel like I feel bad because you look like somebody
You
just.
sound like my mom.
He looks like he's going to win, Greg.
Well, I mean, after the show, I eat for 2 weeks and my face is full and normal.
No, it's not just that, but I mean, maybe it's because you just woke up. I just feel like you're ready to kill somebody right now.
Greg, I think you forgot what it is to be a bodybuilder.
No, I do remember, but I'm just saying.
I don't think so. I really don't think so, because it's like, why do you climb Mount Everest? It's like because it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it. He's a bodybuilder.
It's like a suffering.
I just.
goal.
You know what though? We're all getting old. I mean, us guys are all older. I mean, Arman, how old are you?
He's younger than us. He's only
41.
How old?
Almost 41.
Oh shit! Oh, so I thought you were.
Socks older than you.
Yeah,
Greg's shirt is older than him, probably. That shirt. Greg, how old's that shirt?
Oh, I don't know. It's old though. I think when I did the ESPN, I think I wore it too. So that was 2009.
Is that your interview shirt?
They're all striped now. You have the sweatshirt, now they're all striped.
I got a couple.
I like really big shirts, oversized shirts.
That's funny.
Pasta.
Yeah, the spaghetti and meatballs that you had with Haney. That shit in the freezer. That's older than him.
Lee ate it.
I think what's messing up Arman's color, it's like his face is the same as the wall color, and I think it's like he looks like he's in grayscale because of that, right?
Yeah,
but then
you put like something behind.
A little pink spot on the hat there that you can see
I could probably put like a little banner behind.
He looks good to me, man. There's nothing wrong with my picture.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just breaking balls. You're fine.
Dude, who cares about that? Let's see your triceps, man. Let's see
put
if
a
the
tank
arms
top on.
match the face. Yeah, take the shirt off.
You're starting to sound a little gay, bro.
Dude,
let's get Sarah Piano back here.
You're not supposed to ask a dude to take his clothes off.
In bodybuilders, it's okay, John. It's not so good.
It's a gray area.
John, in my profession, that's the first thing I do.
It's a gray area.
All right, while Arman's changing, tell me you did all your research. What did you learn about the boxer, the Armenian?
Oh, the Algerian. Yeah, Algerian, a lot.
Boxer.
You know, this is actually a very interesting situation if you look at it. So first and foremost, this is not a trans thing. The dude is not trans. So we discussed it a little bit on the last show, Dave. I think we were with Lee. You were right. The guy, she was born with female genitalia, so allegedly, and was raised as a girl. There's pictures of her as a girl. She was a girl. At some point during gestation, we all start out with XX chromosomes. Everybody.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
We do.
No, we
Absolutely,
don't.
we do.
No.
We absolutely, Dave, we do. We all start out XX.
No. We all start out looking like females phenotypically. We either have XY or XX chromosomes.
X. Then there's a cascade.
You're either XX as a female, genetic female, or you're XY. As
when the cell first divides in that position, we all start out XX.
You mean zygote?
There's a subsequent hormone cascade during gestation that alters the direction of development. You're either going to be XY or XX.
No, but let's look at it from this perspective. Your father, either gives you an X chromosome in the sperm or he gives you a Y chromosome in the sperm. Depending on which sperm fertilizes that egg, if it's the Y chromosome, then the fetus or the embryo is an XY. If it gives you the X chromosome, then it's an XX. As the fetus starts to develop, though, it looks like a female initially until then the testosterone starts influencing the.
All of what I'm reading says we all start out XX, and then there's a hormone cascade that alters that and changes it. Okay.
I think what John's saying is
you guys just said the same thing.
the egg is an X, and then the father adds whatever else is on there. I think that's what John.
The XX is dominant. Okay.
All right. First of all, Greg, your audio is terrible. I don't know what's going on with your audio, but it's terrible. It's like garbled.
However you want to machinate that, there is a singular item in the beginning. It's XX. Whether you want to say it's from the sperm or you want to say it's a hormone cascade or whatever, but we all start out XX. And then somewhere during the process of development, fetal development in this person, the chromosome change occurred, but the rest of the change did not occur. So when she went through puberty with XY chromosomes, she initially went through puberty because she thought she was female, went through puberty male. So developed male characteristics. Male.
Let me just fix something. Let me show you. See, no to your question first of all. Humans are determined from fertilization. Greg, you can't. You got re-sign on. Your audio is terrible, Greg.
Your audio
is terrible, Dave.
Your audio, Dave.
Mine is?
Yes.
Horrible.
Really?
It's yeah. Sorry, bud.
It crackles here and there.
I wonder why.
Greg, what do you do all day when you if you don't at home? Like what's your regimen?
Wait. We gotta finish this.
Yeah, you don't. So let me read this. Is it sounding better now? My audio?
Yeah, it sounds better now.
All right. The sex of humans is determined from fertilization. So if the zygote is XX, it will be a female, while if it's XY, it will be a male. However, at the beginning, human embryos have the precursors of both female and male gonads. Although we say all fetuses essentially start as female, it is correct to say that the blastocyst, which is the fetus before it is a fetus, is developed from the X chromosome, and early development is driven by maternal messenger RNA. So it's determined at birth. As soon as you fertilize that egg, you're XX or you're Y. You're not XX.
We're saying essentially the same thing in two different ways.
No, you're confusing people because you're making it seem as though everyone's XX. She was XY.
Start the beginning, just like you just said.
You don't. As soon as the egg is fertilized, it's XY. Okay, if it's a male.
And how does it? How does it? If you fertilize it and it's XY, how do we get females?
No, you're either XY or you're XX, depending on, and that will determine.
And when we start the very, very beginning, when the first egg first cleaves in half, we are XX.
So you're saying you're saying before fertilization.
No, I'm saying after.
You're wrong. You're wrong. As soon as that sperm
if what you're saying is true, we'd never get males.
What are you talking about? If the sperm has a Y chromosome, or the sperm has an X chromosome. If it's an X, it combines with the female's X, and you get an XX.
What happens to the other X?
If it's a Y, the female always gives an X chromosome because she's XX. The male either gives an X or a Y. If it gives a Y, it's a male. If it gives an X, it's a female. That's it. There's no X.
Dave, what about the hermaphrodite? Isn't that an X?
Yeah, don't confuse this. Don't confuse it.
All right. Well, you want to.
It's important. This is a very important point because this individual was XY male from fertilization.
From birth.
From fertilization.
From fertilization.
And for some reason, when she was developing in vitro, in utero, in her mother's belly, okay, she never developed male genitalia. That's called ambiguous genitalia.
Right. Something interrupted the process.
Something interrupted the process. But she still has male testicles. They're just inside her.
They're inside, exactly, and they produce testosterone.
They produce testosterone. Right. So she's a male.
So she goes through.
But she goes through
puberty.
She doesn't have a penis.
No penis.
No penis. She was raised as a girl. She was declared female at birth.
Because she looked vaginally like a female. Right. That's why.
So the problem occurs not at birth or at fertilization. The problem occurs at puberty. Because you went through puberty as a male, not a female. Okay.
Correct.
So going through puberty as a male, all of that little girl stuff that she was raised with since birth up until puberty, gone.
Don't matter.
Now she's no longer. There's a difference between physically and physiologically.
Yes.
She is physiologically male.
Yeah.
Goes through puberty, male, develops male physical characteristics, not physiological characteristics, not physical, not a vagina, not a penis, not, whatever,
voice.
a beard, not all of that shit.
She probably has a big clit. She probably has a big clit, though.
It's not a big
hermaphrodite that tricked me. It had a dick and no balls. Like it was, everything else was like a female face, everything. And then,
that was a hermaphrodite. You probably were.
Yeah. It brought me up to.
That's what I'm trying to claim, though.
That's very close.
To its apartment, and it started messing around and going down on me. And I tried to put my hand down the pants, and then they were like, "No," and I'm like, I was just joking. I was like, "Do you have a package down there or something?" And they're like, why would you say that? And I'm like, do you? And then so I left, and then she's like, you're freaking me out. So I left. Then she's like, well, what if I do have one? I'm like, do you? She's like, yeah. She's like, I don't have any balls, but I have I have a package. And I'm like, why wouldn't you disclose that to somebody? Like, if I was
you had the craziest shit happen to you.
I swear to God, man.
If I was like an axe murderer, I would,
You gotta write a book,
Do you have
dude.
her number? Can you get her on the show?
Huh?
Do you still have her number? Can we get her on the show?
Yeah, right.
Greg wants to interview her.
That was like 10 plus years ago.
It's just a tranny that got her fucking nuts cut off. That's
Okay,
all.
so back to
Sometimes there's what they call, they're actually females, but they've been androgenized in utero and exposed to testosterone somehow, and because of that, they actually grow like a penis. But there's no testicles. They're not males. They're females. They just have a penis that grows.
Back to this person. This person didn't have that happen when she went through.
Well, we don't know because no one's seen it, but apparently not.
The opposite. This is a male who looks like a female.
Right.
The other case is a female who just looks like a male.
Right.
Yeah.
The bottom line
this
here,
woman is not a woman. This is a genetic male, so it should not be allowed to compete with women.
And last year at the World Games,
Right.
she was disqualified, prevented, banned, whatever, from fighting because they determined she's a dude. So,
but no, but you know what they're saying?
Wait a minute, not a dude. Not a dude like a dude, but a dude as in physiologically male, which makes it absolutely unfair for her to fight a biological woman,
right?
Who's a girl. Physiologically, the bone structure
who is physiologically
female.
I don't believe you have a physiological male fighting a physiological female. That is what is called unfair advantage.
It
doesn't matter that she was raised as a girl from birth and that she looks like a girl. It's what her genetic makeup is.
Correct.
All bullshit. The mother wanted a daughter. The grandmother wanted a daughter. They made one of the little boys, girls.
No, that's not what happened.
Greg, she was born with a vagina.
She was a girl when she was. She was a girl.
They didn't know. They didn't know.
Listen, so what? They knew. What? Now this person's in a very rare situation. Would you say, guys?
Yes. This is extremely rare. Although they're trying to say it happens 1 in 80,000 people, are completely wrong. It doesn't happen that often.
Okay, listen,
it's very rare. And the situation is this. Look, we have certain situations that may preclude you from playing the sport that you like. Right. And that's just the way it is. You got to accept that. You can't be born with this physiological unfair advantage and exploit it at the expense of not only hurting other people, but hurting the sport. So what you're going to have here is two biological females boxing in the Olympics in the female boxing division, winning a medal as a girl, winning a female boxing medal, and you're from two physiological dudes boxing each other.
Now, I want to clarify one thing. I think it's important. If she had a high testosterone level, but was a genetic female, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
No,
because genetic advantage as a woman, right? Just like I'm sure Ronnie Coleman has some kind of no myostatin and has some kind of genetic advantage.
Lex Wheeler,
However, if she's a genetic male, which she is, and she has the testosterone because it's being produced from testicles that are inside her cavity, which she does, that is unacceptable. Completely. There is a runner from Kenya who is always being blasted for having high testosterone, but she's a genetic female.
Right.
And she just produces high testosterone levels. Well, guess what? She's lucky. That's all.
So that's really important, Dave. That's really important. She got lucky with the high testosterone. You cannot get lucky by being a physiological man.
That's
not luck. All right. So what has to happen here is that the breakdown was the French Olympic Federation that okayed her. They're the ones that need to get sued because she should never, ever, ever have been permitted to box.
There's another one
with that advantage. So the problem is realistically, she just can't box. She just can't. Now, like I said in the other show, if I was managing her, I'd be having her fight dudes because that's a moneymaker right there.
So,
but for her to try to win gold medals at the Olympics, beating up girls when she's a physiological male, that's completely wrong. And the French Olympic Committee that okayed that needs to be sued.
That's
pussy. You know that. Come on.
The bullshit story made by a bullshit country. I don't believe any of that shit. That's a dude. There's another one that's Asian. So wouldn't it be fun? Because you got
fighting each other.
Wait a minute.
They're gonna
fight each other.
You may have the woman boxing champion of the Olympics might be one guy fighting another guy.
They are. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. They are.
It's wrong. And you know what? America loves that shit. They love it. They're sick fucks. We're sick. We allow that shit here. It's all fucking, bullshit. I don't know. I'm sorry, but it's all fucking part of this woke shit. I think you just got this fucking president here who just what's her name here? Vice president who just wants another, brought in the most wokest fucking guy to be a VP. It's just fucking horrible. We're fucked if this shit don't change. I'm just telling you. France, look at it. How do you allow all that drag queen? Who needs this shit? Who the fuck needs this shit?
The Last Supper mockery, that's disgraceful.
The whole thing. Those aren't even trained.
I thought every single person, in my opinion, every Christian in the Olympics should have stood down.
They won't though. They don't give a shit. Everybody just cares about winning medals. It's a disgrace. I won't watch the Olympics. I love the Olympics. Then you got what's her name? Simone Biles, whatever the fuck her name is over there. That last Olympics, she fucked up a little bit, so she made up this. I got anxiety because she fucked up. You just say I fucked up. You know what I mean? I made a mistake. Whatever. Now they're giving her all this shit. She preaches racism and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, we suck her ass. It's just disgusting. Everything wokeism, the whole shit is disgusting. The Olympics reek.
Brittany Griner's a man.
It reeks of that.
And they can't even decide.
But I saw a video of Brittany Griner.
That's a real man. Real man.
She walks around as a guy. She does not walk around as a girl. She was wearing broad shorts. And she's
a genetic female.
No top.
No shirt on.
She's a genetic female, though. It doesn't matter. She's a genetic female.
Well, I'll tell you when she got out of the Russian prison with the full beard. Are you sure she's a genetic female? No, seriously, are you sure?
No, she looks like vegan gay.
In the relationship with her girlfriend's now pregnant, and she's saying she wants to be the dad.
She looks like Vegan Gaines. You ever see Vegan Gaines? They look
totally.
No, what is it? I don't believe some countries make it up. Oh, well, she was intersex. She was
born with
Russia put her in a male prison.
Right. If you're born with 2 X chromosomes, you can compete in women's sports. If you're not, you can't. It's very simple. I don't know why we're so confused.
Because they preach this inclusion shit. Everybody's got to be included. If you have a situation that creates a dynamic that makes it impossible for you to be included in any sane summation of the situation, then you're just ruining everything.
They've been
What,
pushing.
how fucking embarrassing is it that women's boxing, the gold medal in women's boxing, is going to be determined by two physiological males boxing each other?
It's atrocious.
How nuts is that? That's fucking nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
You know what? They're making it so complicated, John. It's so simple. We have genetic testing now. If you're not sure, you genetically test the person.
Dave, the problem is the
They
cycle
did it
is
last
wrong.
year, Dave. They did it last year. They genetically tested her.
I know.
She failed.
I
She
know.
came back
It's
ex-wife.
liberals.
They
It's
did it
liberals
last
university.
year. She comes back this year, and they let her compete. It's
Listen.
fucking stupid.
They won't let men take testosterone. How many men fail with fucking, because if they're caught with anabolic steroids, which is a male hormone, you can't take testosterone, but you could be a man posing as a woman fighting, and it's
crazy.
insane. And I don't believe the person was born intersex. The testicles were up and on. That motherfucker. So that's a story made up by her country, his country. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The bone structure is of a dude.
Like
Because
I
she's
said,
physiologically
she's
a male.
She's
She's a male.
physiologically male.
She's a nice guy. I
He's
get.
a man.
Well, we're fucked.
It's a very simple diversity.
Let Kamala Harris get in, and it's going to be a lot more of that, bro. Let me tell you, you now have some generals sitting there with skirts on. They look just like dudes. They're not a fucking woman, and they're sitting there with skirts on, making decisions in this country.
Biden's whole cabinet's a fucking freak show.
We're fucked, and you know who's going to win, right? If you had to bet your house, would you bet on? I love Trump. I want Trump, but if you had to bet your house, there's no way I would bet.
Oh, they got the Dems have the best cheating machine in the fucking world.
They forgot all the bullshit that was going on. 2 months ago, a month ago, she wasn't even like, we don't even want her as a vice president. We got to get.
You can't even Google search Trump's assassination. It won't even pop up.
What's Roger Stone saying about this? I mean,
Roger Stone is seriously concerned that the election is going to be rigged.
Me too.
I mean, Roger Stone told me when we were talking, and he told me that there was going to be an assassination attempt on fucking Trump.
He was right.
I said that last year before anybody said it.
I mean, we all knew that this shit was coming.
100 people have said that. That was not clairvoyant thinking.
Listen,
Stone said it too.
You know what the problem is? America is too liberal, right? And if people hate, the hatred for Trump is greater than the love for country. Yep. Listen to me. Did you ever see a story on the news where some guy's fighting his wife for custody? They're bitter divorce battle, right? And he's fighting for custody of the children. He loses. So when he gets visitation, he says, I'm going to get that bitch back. I'm going to hurt her permanently. Watch this. And he kills his 2 kids, right? And then, even though he goes to jail now for killing his 2 fucking kids, the woman
saw that.
Huh?
I know what you're talking about. That, yeah.
But the problem is, you just killed your 2 kids. So that's like you said, I don't like my house, so I'm going to burn it down.
He said in the courtroom, he goes, you should have just let me see them. Now you're never going to see them.
Now you don't see them. Now
oh, my God. It's so evil.
That's what this country's doing. We know that Trump is, come on, it's not even close. Trump is way, we had him.
But the media is brainwashing everyone.
But the thing is, though, this country would rather choke the children just so you don't get him. Do you understand? We'll kill him. Kamala Harris, even the Democrats didn't want that bitch in there. Okay, they were like, what are we doing? You know what? Now they're making an announcement. Isn't she great?
Greg.
Nancy Pelosi saying that fucking Biden should be on Mount Rushmore. Are you fucking nuts?
Greg, do you know what you, me, the rest of us, and Kamala Harris have in common?
What's that?
0 votes.
Yes, you're right. 100%. She even got in there. How the fuck did she?
They say they're claiming, this whole thing, this assault on democracy, the democracy.
Which she's got no votes.
How can you be saying there's democracy when the front runner of your party was not voted for? How is that democracy?
John, these people that are sick, they're going to vote for her. You watch.
Greg, I agree with you 100%.
Listen, dead people are going to end up voting for her.
In order for Trump to win, there has to be a landslide like would make Reagan's landslide look like a kindergarten class. I mean, we need major landslide for those votes to overwhelm the cheating system. But the cheating system that the Dems have is probably the best in the
Yeah,
world. And that's
you
gonna be a
got
problem.
every news outlet fucking now making her look like, Mother Teresa, and she's done so much for this country. And she was never the border czar. That's all bullshit.
How is she black? I want to know how she's black.
She was raised
Indian. How is she black?
I don't.
She used to be Indian.
Jamaican blood.
She was first
She's got
elected.
Jamaican
No,
blood.
but
I
the
hate
Jamaican,
blood.
Dave, but the Jamaican side of her is her father, and her father says that he has no black in him.
Listen.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Man,
but
there's
there
half
are white people that are
Jamaican
born in
and half
Jamaica.
either-
That's just because you're born in Jamaica, it doesn't mean you're black.
I don't care what a race. It's all bullshit. Obama was born out of a white vagina. Now,
Father's Hindu.
okay, Obama, I'm talking about. He was born out of a white vagina.
Related to George Bush.
What does that matter?
They're distant cousins.
She's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but she's done nothing but destroy this country. She's done nothing as a VP.
Listen,
The most
political escort. She was an escort. lady.
If she legalized steroids, would you vote for her?
No, why do I give a shit about that for? I don't care about legal aid. You like bodybuilding too much. I love bodybuilding. I like
Dave,
point is-
the legality. The legality.
I'm trying to make a point. People hear only one thing out of her mouth and they believe it, and then they say, "Oh, she's great. Yeah, I'm going to vote for her." They don't look at their record. They don't look at anything, and that's how our country operates.
I hate to tell you that. Wait a minute, hold on.
They
Will
only remember the last ad that they see on TV, Greg, and that's
agree with me. You're wrong. You know why? Because she would never support steroids. She's married to the ultimate soy man.
for instance.
Yesterday,
I'm giving you a for instance. People remember the last ad they saw on TV.
Yep.
I promised to do this.
Listen.
I'll vote for her. They don't even. Nothing else matters.
Because-
it's like with
because
O.J.
most-
Simpson trial.
against that,
Most
If it
people are
doesn't fit, you must have quit. That's it.
Right.
That's all people remembered.
most people are single issue voters.
the ultimate soy man. He went on TV last night. Last
18 weeks of testimony in O.J. trial.
And he
The only
said-
thing the jury remembered was if it don't
Love.
fit,
That's
you
it.
must have quit.
That's it.
Listen,
That's it.
Single issue. Single issue. One
he's. I'm telling you, that's the ultimate soy man, bro.
her issue is going to
O.J.'s
be
being
female
could have
rights.
been elected president.
Unmasculine male I've ever seen.
That's what he said yesterday. Men have too much testosterone. It ruins relationships. Men are assholes. They have too much testosterone. That's what he said yesterday.
Yeah, the Algerian boxer is more of a dude than he is.
That's right. She should have married him. Her.
There you go.
It's
That would work.
ridiculous.
Arman hasn't slept for 6 weeks. He's gotten more sleep on this show than the last 6 weeks.
Armin, you need to just take the
Arman,
day
go
off.
do cardio. Go do
Well,
cardio. You don't.
I'm not doing cardio today. I didn't do it yesterday either. It's, I'm gonna do like a little chest pump. But all day I'm busy. I'm fulfilling orders, shipping. My wife's shipping consultations.
You got a
on
show
the-
this weekend. You don't have to hang in here. Look, you go do what you got to do. Get your shit
No,
done.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
You can sleep here. It's okay.
I'm
Larry,
like
you've been
I'm like
very
Dave. I'm like a workaholic, like kind of like Larry, Dave. I don't get when people don't like work at all. It's I don't know. I don't get it.
Same thing.
Larry got a new machine today. He's all excited. Tell us about the machine you bought.
Show us.
Oh, it's Cybex standing calf. It's really hard to find. I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
Oh, Nautilus.
Standing leg curl.
What about the Nautilus?
Standing leg curl.
I like the Nautilus standing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a Cybex standing leg curl. Yeah,
I mean the Cybex, the Cybex one. That was my
Yeah.
favorite leg curl machine.
it's the kneeling leg curl actually.
Yes.
You know, you
I like
do
it. I
one leg
love
at a
that
time.
machine.
Flex,
Were you
That's the only.
rolled
That's,
over?
I would use that alone. I wouldn't do anything else for hamstrings except that thing. And you, what do you?
I do it
the
standing
Yeah,
up,
you
not
move it over.
kneeling though.
It's got the
That-
right.
that's-
You have a picture. You
That's
have
a
a picture,
really hard
Larry?
machine to get. It's just, like, they don't come around very often.
How come?
Just the old equipment, they don't make it anymore. So
Why don't they make that machine anymore? That's the best hamstring machine of all time.
They
because
make it in
they
China.
made it and they stopped. And the new companies, they don't make it like that anymore. So
Right.
if you don't have one, like I have a whole line of Flex Leverage original.
Yeah.
And like I brought that back, I don't know, 20 years ago, probably paid a couple $1,000s for the whole line. Now I had some guy offer me $8,000 for my Flex Leverage decline bench. And I
Wow.
told him no,
Wow.
because you can't get it anymore.
Nope.
You'll never see that machine again. Like
What piece of machine is this?
a Flex Leverage decline press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
welders make
You,
knockoffs.
if you don't have one, you'll never get it again. Like, and
Yep.
they don't make equipment like that anymore.
The Flex was the best, bro. I had a whole line of that shit in my gym.
It's not just Flex, Nautilus, all the old stuff.
How about Nebula? Remember Nebula?
Yep.
That was some great shit.
Oh shit, Nebula too.
Is it this machine? Is this the machine?
Yep.
I'll tell you something about this machine. I love this machine. I'll tell you why. Because you know what? If you do a hamstring curl machine where you're using both legs at the same time, what happens is that pad gets compressed, and you're always pulling from one side more than the other. And I never felt like you get equal pull if you do two legs at the same time. But with this machine, it isolates your hamstring. You have to get equal you get equal stress on the hamstring.
We had that.
Both, because you're doing them individually. And I'm telling you, the pump you get on this machine is insane because you cannot.
It's a different concept.
And you don't need a lot of weight either.
You can't cheat on it. I used to do an insane amount of weight on this because I have very strong hamstrings, but the pump was crazy.
It's just a different contraction that you don't get from anything else.
For hamstrings. Best hamstring machine. I'm telling you. You're right. You're lucky you got it. What'd you pay for it?
He agreed to $1,800.
What did that machine cost? I bet that machine cost the same thing new, probably, right?
Probably $3,500.
Shoot, this you can't new back. It wasn't. They haven't made
20
it
years
since
ago.
the 80s, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe
In the 90s, and what my partner did was he cut, so you don't have to swivel to change it. He welded a pad on the opposite side. Just get up and go to the left, like to go.
Yeah,
that's a lot easier. Yeah, it's a lot easier.
There's a few different versions of it, but none of them are as good as this one.
I don't know.
I don't like the pad you kneel on with the other knee. I take that away and just stand.
When you do it, you want it. It's good.
You need it.
I find I get a better contraction with when I'm pushing off my toe on the other foot, and then.
So you like standing then?
Yeah, standing. Exactly.
That kneeling one though, John, really isolates though. But
everybody's built different, and depending on how you feel. I tried it the other way. I just felt it better standing than I did kneeling.
Yeah. They had that machine at Gold's Venice for the longest time, and it was it's a badass machine.
Yeah.
The bisolator. Remember they used to make the bisolator. We had that. We sit and like almost in a cross, and you curl one side, and then you could.
I have it.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a really good one.
I had all that shit. Now it's wherever they fucking.
Greg, do you remember that machine they had at Gold?
When you put your arm in a weird stretch position, I always felt like the bicep would tear.
No, that's a good. It's more not like that. You're like
one keeps your arm way up. Greg, do you remember in Gold's in the front, in the main room in the front, they had for a long time, they had this chest machine. It was this giant contraption. You had to climb way up in it. It was like 5 feet high, and it had these two
Nautilus?
What was that?
It was Nautilus. You took
it wasn't Nautilus. It was brown. It was brown. It was huge. It was this giant thing, and you were sitting way up high.
Brown with orange pad. You're talking about the Nautilus. It was
Nautilus.
And the fucking thing pops up.
Nope, wasn't Nautilus. It was not Nautilus. It was brown. It was dark brown.
Okay.
Only chest. It was not a compound machine. It was only chest, and it gave this. It had this counterbalanced lever in the back that drew the handles way, way, way back, and you got this insane stretch. But the equipment was just enormous. It took up as much space as 3 other machines.
That's like the first and second generation Nautilus, which was the best. That shit was made. If a nuclear war happened, you could, I had the whole line. You couldn't even move that shit. When you placed that shit, you're like, it's staying the fuck here.
They were all blue though. The Nautilus were all blue.
Yeah, that compound chest was amazing. That thing was so heavy. Forget about moving that thing. It was a couple thousand.
You guys tried Panada Total Arms. I just sent a video today from it last week.
I'm going to try to
do your arms like crazy. You can put it. I sent it to Dave.
I never saw that. I never saw that machine. Yeah, I never saw that machine at all.
Put it up. It's a crazy machine.
I'll try to get it. Send it over.
Total Arms.
Yeah, I sent it over.
Yeah.
Who makes it, Arman? Do you know?
Panada out of Italy.
Panada,
there's 2 gyms in there's an absolute recomp here. They've got a big one and small one, and then they're opening another one. They have the rights to that machine within that brand within a certain radius. I think it's like a 30-minute radius because the gym I go to on a regular basis, they want to get that, and if they want to get it, they can't get it. They have to see what the radius is And if it's like, I think maybe like they might be like 10 minutes out of it, but if they want to get one, they would have to find a used one. But I don't know who would have a used. Well, I think this machine's probably like, probably $8,000 to $10,000.
Yeah, Panada's stuff's the most expensive there is.
You curl it, and you reverse it and do tricep press down. The and pump is insane.
Cool.
If Dave can get it up, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I got to hold on. I'm pulling it up. Just 1 second.
Panada's got great shit, but man, it's expensive.
They have some kind of deal where if you buy their equipment, you're not allowed to sell it, supposedly.
Right. Like you can, some people can like resell it somehow, but you're not supposed to.
But I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it on the Facebook Marketplace. People are selling Panada. I've been seeing it. Yeah,
I would get one for upstairs.
They can't stop
right here.
Yeah,
I would get one like right
Panada
here.
put a thing that they fine people supposedly if they sell their Panada equipment. But I still see it being sold online. So people are saying
the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If I bought the fucking thing and I feel like selling it, I'm selling it. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I got some like dumbbells
that's their
up
marketing
here,
agreement.
and then
They can't sue you.
I would get that machine if I could afford if I could afford it, But Dave saw my dumbbells upstairs when he stayed at my house. I've got like 5 through 60s just to kind of. I did arms here like the other day, like several days ago.
Do you building a gym in your house, Arman?
No. I just get like I have upstairs. Dave's here. It's like two floors, and then we got like a little few steps to like a third floor section, and that's where like I'm here right now. And then I got my let's see if I can show you. I got my my inversion table right here.
Oh shit!
And then I just got like my weights over here. When Dave stayed here, he stayed.
We lost him.
Oh,
We lost him.
maybe his computer's
stuff around.
I'm trying to get this video uploaded. It's a long video. It's a big.
I remember all that shit. I remember.
Yeah, they don't make the new equipment like the old equipment. The old equipment was made out of like 18 gauge steel and had the cams and the chains, and
I love the chains.
it's just like nothing like
They
it.
couldn't just recreate them.
They could, but they don't want to spend the money.
First and second generation Nautilus was unbelievable stuff. Remember,
Places in China
They
that'll
have
copy
patents on
anything
it?
you want.
I have all the Nautilus, like just about every single piece.
you got the
You had the side lateral and the shoulder press too.
Yeah, I got the side lateral. Yep, and I got the I got the nitrous shoulder press.
You have
How
the
many people
compound
do you have
Nautilus
in
shoulder
that
press
total?
side lateral. That's what he was talking about. That thing's cool.
I used to stand with my hands. I wouldn't sit in there.
My super pullover weighs 1,000 pounds.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah. That's I had all that.
That's one thing. Like you move
It
that
is
machine
way
once,
back
like you
here.
said, wherever you put it, that's staying right there. You're not moving that thing again.
Yep.
Never.
How did you even get it in there?
It took several guys with pallet jacks.
Holy shit!
Yeah, we moved that shit. It was unfucking believable.
Yeah, 1,000 pounds that one machine.
Greg, what did you do with all your equipment when you got arrested?
I didn't do anything.
Jim.
I had to sell the gym. They took it. They took it.
They let you sell it?
Yeah, I sold the gym.
They just didn't take it.
No, I had to sell because I had partners, but we had to sell it. We were also in trouble because my one partner didn't pay the payroll tax, and our payroll tax was like $150,000 that he didn't pay. You know what I mean? We were just like, and then after I got arrested and everything else
They were
happened.
selling hundreds of $1,000s in steroids, John, and they weren't paying the payroll tax. I mean,
No, it wasn't me. I left the Momo in charge of it, and the Momo that was in charge of it did. Now
you got a nice tip, Greg. Here, $13.99. Hey,
That's
Greg,
that's the biggest one we ever got.
doesn't like to celebrate.
Greg,
What you don't like to celebrate. Just wanted to wish you all the best and say your stories lift me up when I'm doing my laundry and food prep. So that's
thank
very
you,
nice.
brother. Thank you. Unfortunately, I'll never see that $13.99.
Ian, he's never going to see a penny of that.
No, never.
Thank you, my friend. But I love, I had the same thing like Larry. I had the best of the best. I used to love flex pieces, Nebula, all that stuff. We had all that shit in there. But I have a thing for the old Nautilus. So I had all the old Nautilus machines, and he's right. The pullover, the super pullover was but it's like they don't make machines like that anymore because with that chain, you can actually stop here. I mean, it's just that the tension was on the muscle. It was just amazing with chain.
Because of the cam.
Right, the cam and the chain together made, because other machines now they make that fake cam almost. And it's just the straps, you know, and nothing feels like that chain now.
It's crazy how we've gone backward when it comes to the technology of exercise equipment.
Well, Larry, if a fucking nuclear bomb fucking hit your gym, those Nautilus machines would still be standing. The rest of the thing might be fucking disintegrated. Those fucking
So true.
that metal is so heavy. It's unbelievable. People don't realize that shit. Arthur Jones built that shit. I'm telling you, the Twin Towers came down, but the fucking I'm telling you, it's unbelievable how that shit was built. It's so heavy, it's crazy.
Yeah, my Nautilus is like probably. I have the whole line of, and it's probably 30 years old, and it's like brand new. Yep. It works like brand new, and it looks like brand new. It's in mint condition.
You take care of it. That's why you got to clean the chains. We clean the chains.
It's funny how people collect equipment. Like you would think that like equipment when it got older, people would throw it out. It seems like the older equipment is like more desirable. It's almost they're like antiques almost. It's like everyone
like antique cars.
You guys are not the only guys. I've seen other guys who have gyms are like, I got to get this piece. Like they're driving like 16 hours to pick up some piece of equipment from another state because they can't find this piece of equipment. And they're so excited. It's like they found the Mickey Mantle rookie baseball card or something like that. They're so excited, you know?
You're not going to be able to find old Nautilus. It's just going to be a dinosaur. You won't be able to find it. It was everywhere years ago. Now forget about it.
I got it. I just got the Nautilus lateral raise. It's a first generation.
Oh yeah.
I have a bad rotator cuff, and I could do like dumbbell side laterals, but I can't do them without feeling my traps and my front delt. And I still feel pain in my rotator cuff with the dumbbells. And I've tried other side lateral machines, and the movement doesn't feel right. This thing, the movement is perfect, and it's just so smooth, and it hits just on the like outer side delts. And you can use it's got a heavy stack. It's like a 240-pound stack. It's just unbelievable. Like, and I feel zero pain in my shoulders when I do this thing, no matter how hard I go.
That side lateral is the best side lateral ever made.
The other thing is, like with the dumbbells, I can only go about this hard. With the machine, I can go like way up high, and I still don't. It doesn't hurt my shoulder at all.
Arthur Jones was a genius. That's how I got my start on all that stuff. The old Nautilus, the old school.
The first gym I worked out in was a Nautilus gym.
That's me too.
You know what would be a great business, John? We should get a warehouse down here in Florida, and what we should do is just start collecting pieces of equipment that are like desirable. Like if gyms are going out of business, you go there and you pick up the whole gym's worth of stuff and you put it in this warehouse. And you almost set it up like a museum. You know
who has that? Somebody beat you to the fucking punch. You know who has that? I'll tell you, Brian Moss. Brian Moss.
He sells equipment?
Of old equipment. He's
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's got the old
I knew he had set up a gym in his house because he wanted to do photo shoots there, but I didn't know he sold the equipment.
No, he doesn't sell, but he collects old.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about create a business model out of that whole thing.
My friend does that. He has a 160,000 square foot warehouse in Mexico, and he buys all of the gyms that are going out of business. He handpicks everything. He's got the most amazing equipment in his gym because exactly that reason. He handpicks, cherry picks everything. Dave, I just heard this, man. I don't know if you heard it yet, but did you know that Greg had his gallbladder removed?
Oh, Jesus.
I did not know that. Wow. How are you doing?
You guys
are you recovering okay?
I don't know if you know, but I can't eat bread from my hamburger bun. No, just kidding.
I heard a rumor that you're diabetic. Is that true?
Yeah.
No, where'd you hear that?
There's actually a whole industry right now built around old gym equipment. Yeah. And there's like several.
Guy says he has a business doing that. I don't know who this silly Billy guy is.
Several big distributors that just focus on that.
That's smart.
You know who just did their gym? Sean Clarita. He just opened, and one of my friends who's a gym equipment reseller. He equipped it all with all the old equipment.
Oh, really?
He's got all the old stuff. Flex, Nautilus, everything.
Life Fitness.
Wow.
Best. I love Flex Gym. I love Nautilus. Nautilus is my favorite.
I heard that Clarita was originally going to do a Panada gym, and he didn't like I guess there was too many restrictions on him. And so he went and did his own gym, spent his own money. Because Panada, when you do a Panada gym, I think they give you the equipment for free, or they lend it to you or something like that.
Really?
But, yeah, Sean decided to do his own gym because he wanted to have full control over it, which is smart, obviously. And I'd like to see that gym if he's got all that old equipment in.
Yeah,
he's got
really badass equipment in there. He's got some stuff that you never have seen. I have equipment that you've never seen. I got equipment from an old time bodybuilder that died like 20 years ago.
Right.
And he handmade this equipment.
Wow.
And I got equipment.
I wonder who has Joe Gold's equipment from the original World Gym.
That shit was amazing.
Dude, how the hell he fucking drilled a hole through those plates that were outside? He would take a stack of regular standard plates, all 10s, and he would fucking drill a skinny hole. He's the only one. He had those skinny pins. Remember, John?
Yep. They were that long too.
And they would stick right into the fucking. But he made that plate. Those plates had to hit that dowel that goes down. I mean, I don't know how the hell.
What Greg is saying is you got a round disc like this, right? And if it's round disc, the hole in the middle, everybody knows that. Joe drilled the hole through the side so you could get the pin. With what?
For what? What was the side for?
Pin to go get the pin through the plate into the thing that lifted it up and down.
He drilled. Yes,
Hmm.
and you know what's funny? It didn't go all the way through. It stopped. It stopped once it got through went all the way through the dowel, but he couldn't drill through the other side. I don't think. I mean, it was bad enough. How the fuck he got that? A plate is this thick, and he would drill a hole, a regular standard round plate.
In a drill press.
I'm not following what the reason was behind that, though.
When the cable is attached, when the cable that lifts the weight is attached to like a dowel, a round rod.
Right.
Okay. And the round rod goes through the middle of the plates like a barbell, right?
Right.
But in order for you to select the number of plates, you got to put a pin through the plate.
He made his own selectorized thing out of plates, is what you're saying.
Right. Right.
Gotcha.
Exactly. But he did it by drilling a hole through a plate that thin with a hole like that long. I mean, it's like that's very hard to do.
Right, This is a plate, right? This is a standard plate right here. Okay. This is, by the way, this is a piece of dust stuff.
It looks like it's about 100 years old, that thing. Yeah.
I bought this from Matty Ferrigno. Look, Ferrigno.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, look at that. Yeah.
Okay. But listen, this one has a rim around it. The standard plates do not have this ridge.
And they're rounded. The edge is rounded.
They're rounded like this. The standard plate's flat and rounded.
Yep.
Like what you have for dumbbells. And he drilled a hole through the side here.
Yep, to the middle.
A tiny hole that was like this big, and the pins were thinner. They had a little T like this. They were thin. They were long, like John said. They were long, but the dowel that goes down the middle like this. He drilled the hole through the dowel, but it didn't go all the way through. So you had to, it was crazy, but it fucking didn't work.
You remember the leg press he made, the sled? He had these bearings. These bearings had to come off a crane. They were huge and two-sided, too. The rod went through one and one went through the other. That was so overbuilt. You could probably have stacked 5 tons on that leg press, and it wouldn't have been out of square, not even a millimeter. It was incredible. The amount of thought and innovation he had with not really advanced tooling either, basic stuff.
What he did, Dave, he took those plates I just showed you. He took a stack of them, just like if you went and said, I'm going to buy a bunch of 10-pound plates. Give me like 20 10-pound plates. And he stacked them up like pancakes. And he drilled through each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 100 pounds, right? 10. Straight up like this. And he would stick the pin through it. I don't know how the fuck, because mechanically that had to be dead nuts. Each pin. Right. stack, Dave. The
I'm
stack.
sure. I'm sure he made a jig, clamped it into the drill press, and mass produced them. But still, the engineering to be able to do that. The other thing is being able to locate the hole in the middle of a rounded part is very difficult.
Right, and then to go.
This thing is rounded, and you're sticking a hole through here.
What did you use to drill it?
A drill press.
Probably a drill. Yeah, but the guy, he was a welder by trade. He did all that. He did welding by trade. So he made that fucking paint. He painted that shit with swimming pool paint. I would go out there be fucking because that's what I'm talking about. The stuff that was on the balcony in the original,
the outside stuff,
not the World's Gym is there now. The original World's Gym, there was a balcony, like a porch, and you go out there and that shit was painted with like swimming pool paint, so it wouldn't rust. But he made his own weight stacks, Dave.
Yep.
He didn't go out and buy weight stacks. He didn't go out and buy it. He went out. He fucking he would get the shit, and he would drill holes and make his own weight stacks.
Unbelievable.
John, remember you did an article back in the day on this?
What?
John, you wrote an article about this, and I have it on my website.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Well, I just got that. I just got that thing just hold on.
Dave, you sound terrible.
Yeah, Dave, you got a bad connection.
You got a bad connection.
Crackling again.
I do?
Yeah, you're frozen too.
Yeah, so this is the tricep, then they have the bicep, which I sent you to.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we used to take like Larry said, the pullover, because it had a foot thing, and the guys used to use the pullover, the foot part, like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Greg.
That is a cool machine right there.
And then I had the curl one.
Yeah,
too,
you can do.
Today. You just you flip it around and do the curl.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It hits it like crazy. It's just.
Larry, do you remember? Like you were talking about the pullover. We have foot part. We push down on the foot, and the pullover comes up like this. We used to take that and do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like dips.
Yeah, we used to do like dips
and calves.
We used to do. Yeah, you could do all kind. That's why there's those machines. You could improvise and fucking. Yep. It's unbelievable.
You couldn't hurt them. You could pin plates to the stack. You could do any. You could not bother those machines no matter what.
Yeah, those are like machine steel too. That the plates weren't back in those days when you first got today they use that kind of weight system, but years ago the stacks were made out of cast iron. If you drop a fucking weight, you crack one of the plates in the stack.
I remember when I first started working out of my friend's basement, and we would do pull downs. He would have a big plate. It would be sitting on top of something with like a pulley, and you had to actually put manual free weights on it, and then you'd put the clip on, and the clip would lift that whole thing up. And it worked. It was great. It felt awesome. It was a pain in the ass because you had to constantly put your weights on it, but it was great. I mean, it felt like we were, I thought I was in a professional gym when I was in his house. It was great.
That's like old Ed Jubinville equipment. Remember, he used to take a picture of Ed Jubinville made this shit. That's what Brian Moss has too. I used to have the free benches, the flat benches were so heavy you couldn't even lift them up. But Ed Jubinville would show.
Move. That's what you want. That's what Jimmy Bull needed those benches when he was benching.
Well, listen, he would actually have an elephant in his catalog. They had an elephant standing on top of the fucking bench to prove that no matter what you did on that bench, it ain't going nowhere.
That's smart. That's good marketing.
I remember that. The elephant on the bench.
You know what?
I remember that.
I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I mentioned that we have like the Nautilus pullover and all these badass machines,
right?
But hardly anybody in my gym uses it. And you know why? Because they don't know what it's for. They don't know how to use it. I'm serious.
They don't ask you. They don't ask you like, hey, how to use this?
No. They're just dipshits.
I know we all work out. Do you work out?
All the time.
You just can't put weight on or what?
What's that? I mean, I don't eat enough.
You just can't put weight on. Or?
He's on probation. Leave the guy alone.
I don't eat enough, and I don't take gear. So,
you know what is, Larry? I think that people like the pretty, chromy, puffy pad looking.
No, it's not that. They're that fucking dumb.
Are you serious?
They don't know how to. I have a kid. I told you before, like he came to me. This new kid started working for me, and he said this machine is broken. Like that, took a video and he showed me how the knob, the push pin, was bouncing up and down when someone would press on it on this shoulder press machine.
Yeah.
And I said to him, take a picture of it up close. So he brings me back the picture. I said, do you see those little lines there in that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, do you know what they are? He's like, what? I'm like, those are threads for a screw. He's like, what's that? I'm like, well, if you screw it in, it'll tighten it up and it'll work fine. Just screw it in. He was like, huh? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
John, people in Larry's gym must be petrified of him. They're probably like,
I can imagine.
that lunatic here again. Don't talk to him.
Larry, you don't have to check people in though, do you? You have like a key access card. People check themselves in.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's still at
they check
the
themselves in.
gym during the day though. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still there.
That pullover is probably was the pinnacle of Arthur Jones. That's the machine that
Dorian made that. I think Dorian is the one who put that thing on the map.
Dorian put it on the map.
Yep, absolutely. And
that was his
Yep.
machine, though. That was Arthur Jones's signature machine. How could you?
Weinberger had one in the gym. That's what Dorian used to use when he would go there, and everyone would fight for that machine after Dorian started using that.
Dude, that's like you genuflect in front
If
of
you
that.
ask this generation,
You had to put the
who's Dorian
seatbelt on.
Yates,
You remember?
That's
I
that
don't know.
signature machine.
They don't
Arthur
even know,
Jones
Larry.
was smart enough to
Larry's
put a
right. They don't even
seatbelt
know.
on the
They don't
thing.
They don't
Yeah.
even know who Dorian Yates is.
Nope.
Oh, that's funny.
And let alone Arthur Jones. They never heard of it.
No, Chris Bumstead. That's it.
Actually, there's a guy in my gym. I'm not going to front him off, but he's a pro bodybuilder, good guy. And we're talking about Nautilus equipment. And I said, Arthur Jones' son made hammer strength. He's like, really?
Really?
I'm like, yeah.
No.
Like, people are just like, whatever happened before they were born, they have no clue.
No.
No.
Zero.
They don't know what happened 6 months ago, Larry. These people. It's unbelievable.
Your text message. Check your text message. That's me on that pullover machine when I was like 15 years old. Look.
The ones they make now is just even Panada. It's too small.
I've seen that picture of you.
to get into.
That's that pullover machine.
And they had the
hold
hammer
your
strength
shoulders.
had a flat bar. It didn't have the round one where you could pull.
Craig, you look like Sam Sulak in that picture you sent me.
Show the picture. Look what it looks like.
Same broccoli hair and everything in that
Post
picture.
it, Dave.
I had big curly fucking moppa hair.
He had the best Jufro going.
He had a fro, yeah, he had a fro for sure.
I had a big afro. I was 15 years old, and I used to train only on Nautilus because that's they only had. It was a Nautilus center, and he was trained by Arthur Jones, and he would put you through these workouts. One set would be 5 minutes, and you'd want to projectile vomit after that shit.
Yep. You know, that's an interesting concept that we've completely forgotten about. Is that back when Nautilus was the only one that did this? It was a gym. It was a Nautilus gym that was filled with Nautilus equipment. That's it. There wasn't even a broom in there that didn't have Nautilus on it.
Yeah, it was Nautilus Plus.
All Nautilus, and it was in a circuit. And you were supposed to start over here and go all the way around, and then you're done. One set.
It was the first circuit. It was the first circuit.
The first
training.
circuit, exactly,
First circuit
exactly.
training.
First circuit. But
No,
like Greg said, those sets, one set would take 10 minutes. It would be
One cue.
total.
It's a continuous giant set.
Yep.
You'd want to puke. It was bad.
We have terrible sound today.
No, we're going through Dave's computer, I
There's
think,
an echo. Yeah, the central sounding is
because it's the StreamYard or whatever. Because, look,
look at that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Socks.
You at 15 years old. At 15 years old, Greg looks like he's 46 in that picture. He looks like Ken Kuhn at 46 years old. What 15-year-old looks like that?
that was 1975. Look at that, baby. Look at that hair.
Like Ken Kuhn from the front of Gold's Gym there.
Yeah, can't you see I look like Brad Pitt? Why do I gotta look like Kent Kuhn?
Look like Ken Keenan, not Brad Pitt. That's why.
You're 15 years old there.
Look at
probably had a-
the cams on that
How
machine.
about those socks we used to wear in those days?
Greg peaked at
Hold 'em up.
15, John.
Look Shorts.
Yeah, he peaked. He peaked, Dave. You're right.
It's 15.
Dude, Sam Sillick don't have anything on that hair, baby.
When he went to the prom with the stripper at 18, he was like, that was it. He was already like 56 at that point, you know.
He was super jacked back then, even at 15.
They're going to the prom with the stripper.
But Larry's like, look at those fucking cams on that thing. The
Cams, you don't see that on equipment anymore. You don't see it like that.
But the combination of the cam and that chain, look, I'm over
the whole thing.
That's when it was new, the machine. It was probably made a week ago, that machine. You know?
Actually, I've got that same machine, and it looks identical, except it's blue.
Yeah, look at that thing. But Dave, look at the cam. Look at the cam, and there's a chain. That's
right.
Chain, even that little square block that, like what do you call it? That the balancer that's that's welded onto the cam. You see, there's like a square block.
Counterbalance, yeah.
Counterbalance, right? That fucking thing made that. You felt that from the top of your lat to the bottom of your lat.
Sure. Yeah. No, it was good. It was continuous tension.
Machine.
Larry,
they don't make anything like that anymore.
I have no clue why they don't make anything like that. That's purely all back.
Because it weighs 1,000 pounds and it's expensive to manufacture and it's expensive to ship.
You should in front of that. You should not allow a member. No member should. You should have it like roped like this, with the fucking roped off and everything. Like you should have to bow to that. Because
what you should do, Larry, is you should make 2 levels of membership: regular level and VIP. The VIPs are the only ones that are allowed to use the cool shit.
No one even knows what it is, John. No one even wants to use it.
No, if you're a VIP, you'd know. Like you and me would go, and we'd be VIP. We'd get to use it.
There'd be like 10 VIPs, and the rest of them would be regular.
Yeah, exactly. You would have
the fewer the merrier, because no one's fucking up the machine on us.
You know what? Wait, you know what the irony to that picture is? That guy eventually, years later, he sold his gym. I had 3 gyms in my day, and I bought that machine, and that machine I kept with every gym I bought. I would move that machine to the Powerhouse, which was the last one. That machine came with me. So when I got arrested, I owned that machine.
Yeah, but then you lost it.
I sold the gym, so I lost it.
What you should have done before you sold the gym is you should have taken a few of those pieces out of the gym and
what the sick part is?
Them in the backyard.
You guys want to get sick? Do you know what the sick part is? The fucking guy that bought the gym from me didn't know what he was doing, and he got rid of all that old Nautilus shit.
Oh man!
Shit, yeah, I was like,
I would have had that with the statues you have in your yard. You should have had pieces of equipment all over your yard. You should.
I should do that. We should get statues. I should get like fucking old Nautilus. Have it, Larry. You got to get that rope. Like they have at the movie theaters. You rope that shit off when you walk. You should Jenny Fleck, get on your knee or back.
You live in Florida, Greg. You could have an outdoor training area. You could have in front of your house there. People come over and train. You could sit on the porch and fucking watch them all day long.
I kind of don't use that.
Like Joe Gold would scream at people. Hit on all the hot girls.
Joe Gold loved me though. The man with the New York tan. He used to break my balls. I was at. He called me the man with the New York tan because I was all white and everybody else was dark tan out there.
He lived in California, had no tan, John.
And then I went over to Cole's gym and I laid in their tanning beds for like an hour and it was like laying under a fluorescent bulb. I got nothing from it. And Andreas Cowling used to yell, "Come on in there." He would freak out because he always wanted. So when he would go in there, they had like a wall didn't go all the way up to the ceiling. Right. I would throw spitballs over the top of him and shit. Andreas Cowling.
That's why you were kicked out of the gym.
Come on with that voice. Come on, let's go. Come on, how long you gotta be in there? And those fucking things didn't even work.
They didn't have a timer either.
No, Joe Gold
changed the bulbs. They didn't change the bulbs. That's why.
Dude, he didn't. They never changed. Dude, Joe Gold gave me a complex though. I had like a fucking. I gotta get tan or something,
Joe Gold. We gotta wrap up today's show. Running out of time here. Thanks for all the great insights into the training equipment. I know the fans love that. And Arman is going to be competing this weekend at the Texas show.
Good luck, Arman.
Good luck, Arman.
The pro show is going to be out there as well. And, I think this is if it all goes well for Arman, then he might be also showing up at North American, right? Is that the plan?
Awesome.
We got?
Yeah, if whatever you think, I just have to have to book it and get the plane. That'll be a little.
We'll see how you do. Yeah, let's see how you do this weekend, and we'll go.
My body changes every day. I'll go from like 227, 218, 224.
Wow.
And then I'll probably go tan today. As soon as I tan once, I get color. Like
Yeah.
fast.
You could lose a little bit of base color for sure.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Don't burn. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us live as always. We'll see you again next week.
Notice, baby.